Welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. Tonight's Vlogmas, I'm going to talk about two things. First of all, I'm going to talk about Restmas. Second of all, it's part 2 of the pre-record that I created a couple of nights ago. That's the finish off of yesterday's Vlogmas. If you watched yesterday's day 2, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But before we go any further, I just want to make it really clear again about what my intentions are for Vlogmas, because I know there's a lot of Vlogmases about, which is brilliant. But I just want to really kind of set my own boundaries, and that is that I'm going to create 12 Vlogmases in December. I haven't decided exactly how they're going to be, but episode 4 or day 4 of my Vlogmas is going to be released either Monday or Tuesday. I don't want to set any kind of rules on myself of when to publish the Vlogmases, because I don't want to feel extra stress in what is already a very stressful time of year. Because I am running my own indie business and I work 3 days a week for another business, and I do freelance work for another business. So I'm just trying to, and it's Christmas. There's so much going on, as tends to happen at Christmas. So I would just want to be kind to myself, be kind to my mental health and my state of mind and my workflow and all those things. And so, yeah, those are my intentions. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear, and I hope that's okay with you. Okay, so let's talk about Restmas. Last year, I started this thing, this idea called Restmas, and basically what it is about is encouraging myself and you to take time out during the day and do some sort of activity mindfully to help relax and help rest. There's no rules on it, and it can mean different things to different people, and you can do it as often or as little as you need to or as you like to. Some people don't have the means to do some sort of mindful activity every day because life just gets in the way. But I think it's important to just try as much as you can. So some ideas of what my Restmas looked like last year was it included things like making Christmas cookies, going for a walk, making a cup of tea and enjoying the process of making the tea, drinking the tea, tasting the tea, smelling the tea or coffee. And just being in that moment. I'd go out for dinner. I'd do a workout that wasn't part of my regular exercise routine. I just took time out often to take my mind off the world. Incidentally, I was listening to a podcast today with Brené Brown and Fern Cotton on the Happy Podcast, and Brené was talking about when she feels stressed and how that turns into overwhelm and the difference between the two. I don't want to get too technical into what stress and what overwhelm is, because I'm not really qualified to talk about it. My understanding of it is just my understanding. It's not kind of like a technical or a textbook type of scenario. But she describes stress as when you feel like you're walking amongst the weeds. So things are very busy, there's lots going on, but you can manage it. She described the analogy when she worked in a restaurant. So it was busy and it was stressful, but she could cope and go through the motions of being at work. Then she talked about overwhelm, where everything just got so much work, everything she had to do, everything just got so much that she kind of got to the point where she couldn't function anymore. And so she described that as overwhelm, and she attached an activity to the overwhelm. So every time she felt that feeling, she would go and do an activity. So she made the habit of trying to break the feeling of overwhelm, and she talked about going for a 15-minute walk. And for me, it was like a light bulb moment, because that is kind of what I'm trying to grasp at with this concept of Restmas. So Restmas is in for December, and I'll be talking about it again. I've put it on my Instagram and I've explained it a little bit further. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go to my Instagram, it's at MarcoLooks. And find me on there because I talk about Restmas, and I'm going to be talking about Restmas and inviting you to let me know what you're doing for Restmas and to help each other get ideas. And you can do it here as well. Pop in the comments what you plan to do for Restmas, and yeah, we can go from there, and we can try and control our minds, the way we're feeling about things, the way we're managing stress together. And we'll, you know, hopefully we'll be starting January as as with our heads in a very good place. That's the aim. Okay, so now I've been talking about Restmas, let's talk about Vlogmas. Back to Vlogmas again, all the messes. So now I'm going to be showing you what I got, the second part of the pre-record I did the other night about some of my favourite products that I sell. I'm in my studio, by the way. In the next Vlogmases come out, I will show you around. Although it's chaos at the minute, but anyway. So yeah, I'm a product-based business, and yeah, let's go and have a look. I'll show you right now. Enjoy it. This year, I released some things that I'm so proud of. A little bit of background about me. I love candles. I'm obsessed with fragrance. I love aftershaves. I've always worn aftershave. I collect aftershaves. I keep a little tally of my favourite ones and I give them marks out of 5. I just love fragrance so much, and I love candles. I'm obsessed with Yankee Candle. I've even been around the factory in Deersford in Massachusetts. If I see QVC on TV and it's a Yankee Candle hour, I'm there. I just love it. I love candles. I've got a candle burning right now, which is a chapter fragrance, and it's actually like lit now, so I won't show you because it's got molten wax in it. Anyway, long story short, I am very good friends with York Candle Company, and so I asked how would they feel about us doing a collaboration for my collection this year. So my collection this year is based on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, a poem by Clement Clarke Moore. It's actually not called 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, it's called A Visit from St. Nicholas. And so I created my Christmas cards, my Christmas decorations, and these candles inspired from that poem. If you don't know, it's the poem that goes, "'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hope that St. Nicholas soon would be there." And the poem goes on. So my Christmas cards illustrate the first verse. No, sorry, my Christmas decorations illustrate the first verse. My Christmas cards illustrate famous lines from the poem. And so I created candles with York Candle Company to help create another sensory experience in connection to the poem. So I'm going to show them to you now. We have the first one, which is Sugar Plum Kisses. I hope you can see that okay, because this is from the bit in the poem where it refers to the children. The children went all nestled up in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And so this is the Sugar Plum Kisses because it's the goodnight kiss, as well as the sugar plums are dancing in their heads. And it comes this lovely, beautiful rose gold candle, tin for the candle. And it's 100% soy wax, if you can see inside. And the wick is also dipped in soy wax as well. And the fragrance is blended throughout the candle. So you're getting 100% fragrance throughout. Oh gosh, I love it so much. Okay, so what we get with Sugar Plum Kisses. The first fragrance you get that hits in your nose is berry. It's sweet berry, but it's not sickly sweet. It's sweet, but with a little hint of tartness that comes from the spice. So we have berries and spice. We have cinnamon. We got a little bit of clove, and there's just a touch of kind of clementine as well, a bit of citrus in there. Oh, it's so beautiful. And sometimes the fragrance, you can tell from the tin lid as well. So this is me smelling it cold, and so when you light the candle, different fragrances will become more prominent and depending on the size of the room as well. If you're in a small room with the candle lit, you might get a stronger fragrance. If you're in a bigger room, the fragrance might be lighter, a little bit softer. But it's that absolute Christmas. It's almost like a mulled wine. You know, when you smell mulled wine, it's that fruitiness with the kind of Christmas essence coming from the spice, and also the clementine, the orange, the citrus, and oh gosh, oh it's so I'm lost for words. It's so nice. I love it so much. And the label is designed by me, obviously. And the Sugar Plum Kisses. Now let's have a look at the second one. So, my second candle in the range, there's just 2 candles. The poem goes on to talk about St. Nicholas arriving at the house to deliver the presents. And how does he get there? He gets there on his sleigh, pulled by all his reindeer. It would be remiss of me to have a project, to have a design concept based around the poem Visit from St. Nicholas and not mention the reindeer. So the reindeer are being celebrated in this candle. The candle does not smell like reindeer. What it does smell like is the sort of biscuits, maybe the offering you might leave out for Father Christmas to take up to the reindeer. So we have the magical reindeer biscuits. You see the tones in the label, the kind of more kind of biscuity type of kind of almost caramel, gingerbready, cookie type of colours. But let's smell. So the lid, like I said before, the lid does capture some of the fragrance, but I really smelt it on that lid. Okay. Oh my gosh, I would just love to bring you into this room and smell this with me, because, or if I could send it to you in any way, because it's that moment where you're getting excited for Christmas. You've done your Christmas shopping, you've got your really exciting gifts, you know what you want for Christmas, you're excited about what you might get as well. There's Christmas music on, maybe a little bit of Christmas telly, maybe an episode of Christmas Bake Off, I don't know. And you're feeling ready, you're feeling relaxed, and then you head towards the kitchen and someone has been making Christmas cookies. That fragrance, as soon as you open the door and the aroma hits you fresh from the oven, this is what you get in that candle. So there's vanilla, it's baked sugar, but also it's the gingerbread. Oh my goodness me. It is just like Christmas cooking. So imagine all those beautiful cookies that you're about to tuck into as you sit down in the evening to watch your favourite Christmas movie. This is that in a candle. So these are maybe the cookies that you might leave, you and your children or your friends' children or little ones might leave out for Father Christmas. But secretly you'd want them as well. So it's that vanilla, it's that baked, a slight hint of spice as well, but it's not as strong or obvious Christmas spice as in the Sugar Plum Kisses, but there is still underlay of Christmas spice. But moreover, it's the vanilla, it's the gingerbread. It is cookie. It's a Christmas cookie. It's a Christmas biscuit. It is the magical reindeer biscuits. Oh, and do you know what? Sometimes if I'm just walking around the house and I see my candles ready to go off on an order or to deliver, but I have them out on the side, I will always stop and give them a sniff. Oh, I want to send this to you now so that you could experience it, because there's nothing like it. This candle is what it's like. It's like this. Yum, 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 yum in a candle. So I have these 2 candles. Now these are super limited as well. I only have not very many of each fragrance. I can tell you that I have less of the magical reindeer biscuits because that has been the most popular out of the two, but it's quite neck and neck. So if you want these, you need to get to my website. Now, if you're watching this in the future, this is just a December 2021 offering. These will not be available any other time of the year. So I just want to make that really clear. So if you're watching this in maybe January, February, or 2023, or whenever later on in 2022, you get the picture. You probably won't be able to get these. So I'm sorry, but I hope you enjoyed watching me talk about them. So yeah, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of these. I love candles. I love fragrance, as I've already said. So for me to have my own stock of candles that I helped have a part in choosing the fragrance and designing the labels and introducing them into the collection so it makes sense, there's a cohesion with them. Oh, it just gives me so much joy. And I love that I'm passing that joy on when someone buys them. There's my candles. I hope you enjoyed me talking about them. Tonight's Vlogmas is all about blah blah.